Welcome back, everybody, to Been There, Watch That. Almost forgot the name of this show. Okay. This week,
Way to start
the
it off.
1991 flick, What About Bob? I'll let you guys
1991? For real?
take it from here.
I didn't realize that.
Yep. A Bill Murray movie. He's been made his appearance here on Been There, Watch That a couple times.
Yes.
We like Bill Murray around here.
You know, comedy's always a plus,
Yeah.
especially the general.
Yeah. It's like one of those
The greatest comedy ever.
classes that you absolutely hated, but you're like, well, maybe it was worth having that educational experience, I guess.
Or it's like the only thing I learned in there is never to do that again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh boy. Anyway,
Who picked this one? Oh,
This is
came
an
from our
online
fan.
submission. Yes, so none of us can take the blame on this, and so we can just dump on it all we want.
Yep,
By golly.
this came from our big list. of
how can
movies.
you give Richard Dreyfuss and Bill Murray a hard time? Come on now.
Let's see.
Full
And-
disclosure, I was laying down for bed, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch What About Bob?
Okay, so I was
No
So
way, you
I
watched it
stayed
last
up-
night?
Yeah.
so I wasn't the only one like watching it the last minute last night.
Oh
Okay.
boy, you two. I don't know.
Well, I don't feel so bad then. I'm glad I had good company then.
Yeah.
Dave, you said 1991 seemed a little surprised. You think it was older or earlier?
I didn't think it was that old. I mean, that's when I
Okay.
graduated high school.
Well, see, I thought it was like 80 or like 89, 90.
Think
so
it was
91.
80s?
I thought it because I thought it was like right on the cusp of like 89, 90. I didn't know
Yeah.
it was in the 91.
I got you.
'Cause the only thing I remember is I remember seeing the poster at the Roby when I was a kid. I was driving through town. That's the only thing I only remember, and I don't even know why I remember that, but I remember seeing the poster
Yeah,
at the Roby.
I remember seeing the VHS box at our video rental store. When I
Oh
was a kid.
gosh, back in VHS
Okay.
rental stores.
Okay, now you talking backstage or B&K?
Backstage. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. It's got it's Bill Murray and his psychiatrist shaking hands on the front, but then kind of the cartoon shadows in the back. His psychiatrist is choking him
Yeah.
to death. It always caught my eye. I was like, what's that movie about?
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yep.
All right, well, Joe, give us a synopsis here.
Okay, so it's a short one. A successful psychotherapist loses his mind after one of his most dependent patients, an obsessive compulsive neurotic, tracks him down during his family vacation.
Bill Murray being the OCD, totally
Neurotic, crazy
Neurotic
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
is
Richard Dreyfuss, the
Yeah.
psychotherapist.
So you guys ready for the cast call?
You lay it out there.
All right. So we already mentioned Bill Murray. He plays Bob.
Yep.
And Bill Murray is known for Ghostbusters and Saturday Night Live and Zombieland, the Zombieland movies. Richard Dreyfuss plays Dr. Leo Marvin, and he's known for his roles in Jaws and American Graffiti. Julie Haggerty plays Dr. Leo's wife, Faye Marvin, and she's known to play in both Airplane movies and an extent on the cartoon comedy, adult comedy, Family Guy. Charlie Korsmo plays the son, Siggy Marvin, and when I seen him, I could not place where I'd seen him before, but it makes perfect sense now. Dick Tracy. I remember seeing him in Dick Tracy. He played Kid in Dick Tracy, and also was in Hook. Catherine Erb plays Anna Marvin, and she's known for D2, The Mighty Ducks, Law and Order, Criminal Intent. Fran Brill plays Dr. Marvin's sister Lily, and here's something that was interesting. She is actually one of the puppeteers on Sesame Street.
Really?
Most notably, if you're familiar with the character Zoe, she is one of the puppeteers for Zoe. So, and Brian Reddy plays Carswell Finsterwald. He's known for Outbreak and Old Brother, Where Art Thou? And Doris Bellick plays Dr. Tomsky, and she's known for Tootsie and Batteries Not Included.
So, yeah, 1991 movie by that cast for sure.
Yes.
Jeez. Okay, well, what'd you guys think? What about Bob? I mean, Bill Murray's hard to beat. It doesn't really matter which way you roll with that.
Yeah, I was entertained. I'll say that.
I was entertained, but I think I went in with the bar set too high.
Joe, they blew up a house that met your blow stuff up expectations. Come on now.
I know, but still, I think I set my Bill Murray bar too high.
Really?
Yes.
You didn't like the whiny, overly anxious Bill Murray?
Oh, I did. Don't get me wrong. I was entertained, but
Yeah.
I wasn't as entertained as I thought I would be,
I gotcha.
which shocked me considering it was a Bill Murray movie.
Yeah.
But I did find a little bit of trivia
Yeah.
that I think this is one of the few movies that I think if they would have changed it, it may have made it better. And let me state my case. So Robin Williams is actually the first choice for Bob Wiley.
Yeah.
And because he was nominated for an Oscar for his performance in Dead Poets Society in 1989, and which was also distributed by Touchstone Pictures. However, at the filming was to begin, Williams had just finished filming The Fisher King and was forced to turn down the role. So, I think, as great as an actor as Bill Murray is, I would have loved to have seen a Robin Williams version of this.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. But I liked him in Fisher King, so I'm kind of glad it went that direction.
I've not seen Fisher King.
That's good.
But when I read that, I was like, ooh. Most of the time like last week we watched Ocean's 11, and we said absolutely there was nobody in that entire cast that we would want to change.
Yeah, wouldn't switch out, but this one you would.
Yeah, this one I'd be willing to take the Robin Williams swap out just to see what would happen, because the way his improv skills were, I could only imagine what he could do with this.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. That wouldn't be bad.
Bill Murray, I thought, did a good job of being super likable. The psychiatrist, his whole family falls in love with him.
Yeah.
And they think he's the greatest thing ever. Well, pretty much everywhere he goes, people like him.
Yeah.
I wonder if Robin Williams would have that same likability, be able to hold a room, and
I'm sure.
probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what's interesting, because when the movie first starts, you immediately go, this guy's a nut. The poor soul that has to deal with his nut.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him. And then as the movie goes on, you literally just flip the roles of going, poor Bob's got to deal with his jerk of a
therapist.
Yeah. And then the whole scheme of things, it's just, you got to look at the whole picture. This therapist was trying to spend time with his own family on a family vacation.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got this lunatic nut that goes to no end to ruin.
Basically be a stalker.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he
Track you
stalked
down.
him for sure.
Frank Oz, the director, he also directed Blues Brothers, which we've reviewed here previously.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did not catch that one.
And Trading Places. Eddie Murphy.
I do like Trading Places. That's a good movie.
I've not seen that one.
Have you not?
No. Oh, it's going on the list.
Going on my list.
I've seen the pin being raised.
It's not to jump over this one, but Trading Places, man. It's shoot. Of course, man, I can see all the actors' faces, but I can't.
Was that the one with Arsenio Hall?
No.
No, that was Coming to America.
It has Eddie Murphy as one of the main characters, and then the other guy from Ghostbusters, the main one. The heck is his name? Dan Aykroyd,
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh.
Those are the three main people.
Okay.
And it's got a good supporting cast of beeline actors.
Okay.
Yeah, really good movie. Dated, obviously, but and it's actually a smart movie. Deals with the stock market.
Oh, okay. I've
But,
still not seen it, but I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, it talks about people manipulating the stock market and how rich people stay rich, manipulate the stock market.
Yep.
So interesting stuff. But okay. Anyway, back to What About Bob?
It's a little unclear at the very beginning. Bill Murray's character, Bob Wiley, he gets up out of bed. It looks like he's about to go out the door to work, and he says goodbye to his goldfish. All right, I'm off to work. But then he just goes 2 feet and sits down at a desk
Yeah.
in his apartment. I wonder what he was supposed to what his job was. Some sort of.
I don't know that they ever
job.
said what his job was.
No.
It was a little unclear.
Yeah, I like how as soon as he sat there, he just slapped himself in the face. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm fine.
Yeah. And the goldfish is kind of a recurring character. At the very beginning, when the credits, the music is playing, there's a goldfish swimming around, and then I forget his goldfish's name, but
Gil.
Gil.
Yes.
Gil. Yeah, he takes him on the road with him in a little glass jar on his neck. But he's Gil is throughout the movie. That character as well.
This is true. You know, one of the most amazing facts I ran across was the daughter Anna was like 26,
Yes, that was
playing a teenager.
yes, that was
How crazy is that?
Yeah,
I mean, I know actors all the time get aged down, but
Because her little brother was
26.
obviously a real little kid,
yeah.
an actual boy, but she was 26. That's crazy. I would never guess that.
yeah. I didn't either until I seen that, and it's like, that's crazy. That's so. Speaking of the kids, Dr. Leo Marvin, whose children are named Sigmund and Anna. Of course, you know we know
Sigmund Freud and his daughter Anna.
Yes. We know Dr. Marvin's a psychiatrist, and the names, respectively, are after the famous psychiatrist and psychoanalyst Sigmund Freud and Anna Freud. That's
Yeah,
what
we're first introduced to Dr. Leo Marvin. He's kind of just
Doctor.
a bit of a pompous. He's like he's ruined his new book that's coming out. He's like kind of feeling himself, and but I thought throughout like he was pretty likable and funny. He wasn't like a total villain the whole time.
Yeah.
He wasn't a
He had moments.
total jerk to.
I kind of relate to him though. I
Bill
mean,
Murray.
the poor guy is going on national TV. You know, he's trying to go on vacation, and then he gets railroaded, and then just everything he does falls apart from that point on because he's. I don't know if it's because of his fault, but I mean, some of it is obviously. But
right.
you know, you kind of like he does have a national TV thing that's going to make or break his career in that aspect.
Bill Murray's
Yeah.
character pretty much takes over.
Oh, yeah.
Becomes the star. Of the,
Yeah.
And no matter
And
what,
he is on vacation.
yeah, and no matter what he does, whatever Dr. Murray does, it's like, look, this guy is a nut. You guys don't deal with him, and then the family just takes him in with open arms.
Oh
Just
yeah,
like,
they love
poor
him.
guy can't catch a break.
Yeah, it's part of the family now.
Because he tells him to go on vacation. He's trying to tell him like take a vacation
Yeah.
from your problems, but Bill Murray takes it literally, and he comes back to his house like 2 minutes later. Like, I'm on vacation. I'll be staying here around. I'll be around.
I loved when he was in the office and Bob was trying to guess the names of the family. At first I thought, because you could see the first look on Dr. Marvin's face, it's like, how in the world does he know these people's names? And I mean, you just immediately go creeper factor, and then he goes, no, this is, you know, this is Anna, this is Sick. You know, it's like, those names weren't anywhere close to what he was talking about.
Yeah, interesting movie. I liked it. I've seen it several times. Of course, it was on TV a lot back in the day. I still can't believe it was 1991. Anyway, but you know, a lot of little subtle things in there, like his shirt. You know, I'm local.
Yes.
So you know, he embraces this whole vacation thing, and it becomes ingrained in the community. And I really like the old couple that, you know, he bought the house out from under.
Yes.
And they're sitting out there both giggling the whole time. And then the one time they're like, yeah, how'd you get here? Oh, they helped me. And they're all like, smile. You know?
Yeah, and I like how she's cussing. Her husband keeps just keeps saying, she never says that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we'll take you to his house. We know where he lives.
Yeah.
Then he takes up sailing, which is them.
That was one of my best.
Tying him to the mast of the sailboat.
Have him tied to the mast with
with like
life vests on.
Life vests on his feet and his upper.
So the one question I had,
I'm sailing.
He's like, I took it up. I just started sailing actually.
Yeah.
So the one
I'll
question
let the boat do the work.
I had was with the family that Dr. Marvin bought the house off from under. They always show them in the boat. What's the deal? They own a restaurant, but yet you always see them sitting out at the boat at the most perfect time.
They're just mad. Just going to be mad and sit in their boat and watch.
Yeah.
Give them the stink eye.
So then my question is, is this normal for them? Or like, hey, we planted Bob, so we want to watch the chaos?
I thought maybe they were going to end up with the house at the end, but nope, it exploded.
Yeah.
Because everything like Dr. Leo Marvin does, Bill Murray's character thinks that he's trying to help him somehow. But really, he's like trying to get
part
rid
of the
him.
therapy.
Yeah, he always thinks it's like a new therapy thing. He like takes him in a car and just kicks him out in the middle of the wilderness. He's like, Isolation therapy. Okay.
And he relates it back to that in such a clever little comments. Like you said, isolation therapy. Got it. I'm on this. So it's relatable in that manner that he throws those little quirky side pieces in.
Yeah. And his big Good Morning America or whatever was like, he'd be going around town and a local would recognize Bill Murray's character. He's like, oh, they're all happy to see him, but then they're like, man, the other guy kind of ate it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be his big moment.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay, Dad. His family's like, lots of people choke on live TV.
Yeah.
He's like, ah.
And I was impressed with Richard Dreyfuss. Like I said, I've seen it several times, but he played it to a T. He made you kind of feel sorry for him, but you still didn't like him.
Yeah. Yeah, you wasn't cheering him on, but you kind of you still felt sorry for him.
You kind of understood
really
his plot.
He played a nice middle ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I read last night that both Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss they've both admitted they did not get along at all during filming of this movie.
Well, I could kind of see that, because Bill Murray just had to pester him, and to make it real, why not just jump in with both feet and just pester him all the time?
Yeah.
And that way there would be true animosity.
Yeah.
And there'd be that true I'm driving you crazy and you're driving me crazy type deal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what movies are about, right? You want to be authentic, and by golly, it seems like they made him authentic.
Yeah. Gets to the point where eventually you could tell Dr. Marvin is really losing it, so he like breaks into a store and steals a bunch of like dynamite. He's gonna literally blow up Bob.
Yeah.
Takes him out in the woods, ties him up, puts a huge bag of dynamite around his neck.
Yeah.
And Bob's like, I understand the knots. I have to untie the knots or I'm gonna explode.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a metaphor. This is a therapy thing.
Yeah, it's a challenge. I thought was funny was just the idea. It's kind of like Wile E. Coyote type stuff. I'm just gonna tie this bag around your neck.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put it like under you or anything like that. Just gonna tie it around your neck.
Yeah.
You're
just
welcome.
to make sure.
Yeah, you're welcome. We're just gonna do it like this.
Because at one point, early on in the movie, Bill Murray's character lies about committing like suicide, and then because the one lady calls the doctor in the middle of the night and tells him, oh, Bob, he committed suicide, and he's like, oh, that's terrible. But he's like, but let's not let it ruin our vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just lay right back down. Yeah.
I like the call-in lady too. She played it well.
His
Yes.
sister? Oh, well, no. Oh,
No,
call-in
the
lady, yeah.
call-in lady is like, all right.
But he goes to a prostitute, basically, and
Yeah.
hires
Has
her
her
to
call
pretend to
with-
be
yeah.
the doctor's sister and calls. He's like,
Now, so what I would have loved to have heard is the conversation Bob had with the prostitute to convince her to make that phone call.
Yeah.
she hands him the phone, and he uses like his handkerchief. He's like, it's not you, it's me. Like,
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
this for everything.
There were nice little tidbits like that.
Yeah.
You could just tell his paranoia or social anxiety. All the little stuff he did. I like it when he got on the bus.
Baby step to the bus. Baby
Yeah.
step to the bus.
Baby steps. That's the whole thing. You can buy that shirt. You can buy the local shirt
Yeah.
just based off this movie. That's kind of funny.
So as soon as it started, we see Bob, touching everything with a handkerchief and all that.
Can't get into an elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as soon as it started, Cena goes, "This is what last year looked like. This is what 2020 looked like." Like,
Oh, yeah.
Y'all, like Bob was way ahead of the curve on this social distancing and all that.
Yeah, every time he passes somebody, he like turns to the side and like ducks down.
Yeah. Bob was way ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Huh. So, what was the best part for you?
For Justin, you want to go first?
If you've got something, go right ahead.
Okay, I have two,
Okay.
and when he's in Dr. Marvin's office, and he acts like he has Tourette's and heart trouble.
Yeah.
Both of those, that one alone, Because I have a friend, she was having trouble remembering things, and she went to the doctor, and because she was afraid she was having early stages of dementia, the doctor said, "Look."
Are you talking about? Never mind.
The doctor told him, said, "Look, you're just getting older. That's just the way it happens. You don't have dementia. You don't have anything to worry about. Because trust me, if you had dementia, you'll be the last one to know."
Yeah.
So they tell me. She said, "Yeah." She said, and I said, "Now I forget things." I go, "I know I don't have dementia." So as soon as I heard Bob say this, like, if I do it, if I fake it, I won't have it. I was like, that's her.
Yeah. I was gonna make a bad wife joke for you, but she's probably gonna listen to this at some point, and I don't want either one of us to be in trouble.
Good call.
Yeah.
So when he's in Dr. Marvin's office doing the Tourette's and the heart failure.
I couldn't possibly have this because I'm faking it.
Yeah.
That is such good logic.
Yes.
I'm gonna start using that.
And then when he's talking to Dr. Marvin's son about Tourette's, and then they just go in this tirade back and forth.
Oh boy.
Yeah, those were my two. Those were the two funniest.
Yeah,
moments.
those are good ones. I'm sailing.
Yeah.
That was mine, and I'm just like, man, that is so funny because I would think, if you truly were afraid of the water and stuff, that might be what it takes to get you out on the water. You know, it's like, all right, I'm gonna tie myself to this boat. But then I would think, well, if you tie yourself to the boat and the boat goes down, which is what you're afraid of, then now you're tied to the boat.
Right.
But still, to just kind of have that attitude about it and then be like, I'm sailing.
Yeah.
In the worst of all situations, and what would be someone's worst situation, being afraid of the water and stuff, he made the best of it.
Yeah. And then he brags about, I went sailing today for the first time.
Yeah. It's
no,
a lifestyle.
No, you didn't go sailing. You took a boat ride tied to the mast.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny, and I really liked the bus scene in just the beginning where baby steps everything.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of, I think the way Bill Murray played it, I really enjoyed because it was believable. If I saw somebody and I heard him saying that in real life, I'd be like, yeah, I got it, man. They're trying to take small increments, small steps to make these little challenges happen.
Right.
And yeah, baby steps would be appropriate. And yep, baby step on the bus, baby step out the door. Yeah. So yeah, just that whole self mantra, it tickled me because I was like, yeah, that would be somebody in real life.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray just made it funny. So, Justin, you got any stand out?
Well, nothing super in particular, but just a general observation. I kind of liked, I don't know, I just thought it was entertaining and kind of sweet how he kind of became friends with the doctor's family. Like, just the scenes where, maybe their dad was a little stuffy, but then he brings in like this new energy and everybody kind of gets excited.
Yeah.
They're like laughing at all his shenanigans and stuff.
Teaching the son how to dive. And
Yeah, that was a good one.
So they had some little family moments that Bob helped bridge, even though he's knucklehead.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think when Bob falls into the lake and he's kicking his legs back and he's got his hands up for him to catch him and then he just swims right underneath the dock and just keeps on going?
Yeah, he's a decent swimmer. Got to get backstroke.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, why? Because at this point you might as well just keep going to shore because you're almost there.
Yeah.
But he's going to save me. And he has his hands out, just like, keep going. You're almost there.
Yep. That was probably the point.
Well, Joe, you said maybe it didn't quite measure up. What were some things that kind of didn't quite tickle your fancy about it?
I just think I was expecting... I think I was expecting just a little bit more comedy, and I don't know how they would have packed it in, but hearing it was a Bill Murray movie, and Bill Murray's such a great comedian, I think I was just expecting a little more ha-ha moments than there was.
Yeah.
Or it's one of those movies that hasn't aged well. I'm not talking about political correctness or any of that garbage. I'm talking, what was funny in the 90s may not just be funny from a comedy standpoint now.
Doesn't relate over.
Yeah, and that could be that. I don't know. It's one of those I really can't pinpoint other than I think I set my bar too high going in for a Bill Murray movie. Yeah,
I kind of agree with you. I mean, it's a dated synopsis of a plot. But and I think they, I read some of the stuff online. They didn't know if it was going to be good or not either, which kind of is an indicator of, hey, this is mediocre with some highlights.
Right.
and they knew that.
Right.
The director knew it. He's like, I couldn't tell what we were doing. It might have been a piece of junk. We didn't know.
Right. Now, it's one of those, do I regret watching it? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Now I can say I've seen it. Now, will I sit down and watch it all again from beginning to end? The jury's still out on that one.
Yeah.
But it is far from being the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's not one of my top 10.
It's no Howard the Duck. I got
exactly.
Yeah, with Bill Murray's performance, I thought every once in a while he'd be a little over the top.
Yeah.
But it's almost like you can't have it both ways. If you want some of the other crazy antics, you got to have an occasional slight miss where you're like, well, that wasn't super funny, but plenty of other
Yeah, I agree with
funny
you.
moments too where he was being over the top and it was pretty funny. So.
And I thought Richard Dreyfuss and his family in the movie did a really good job.
Yes.
Richard Dreyfuss played the uptight, high society, everything's on cruise control type guy really well.
Yes.
And then he fell apart really well.
Yes.
I believed his anxiety and his, anger and angst towards everything just falling apart on him.
Yes.
Yeah, I think if you put someone else in, take Dreyfuss out and put somebody less capable in, it could have been terrible.
Yeah, his voice and just the way he talks, kind of like he almost talks like a New Yorker and has the voice that's, can be a uppity jerk, no
Yes.
problem.
Yeah,
He's been in that role before though, Down and Out in Beverly Hills with Nick Nolte.
Okay.
Very similar movie. He's a rich guy. Nick Nolte comes in as a bum. Nick Nolte kind of takes over his family, and he's jealous of him. So very similar.
I think this is the first movie that I've watched that when I went and read who the potential first picks were, I think that's what really took in a second blow to the movie, is like finding out Robin Williams could have done this one, and Robin Williams would have knocked this one out of the park.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Just the way his improvisations are, this one.
Well, Robin Williams would be much more annoying in a funny way, where Bill Murray was very annoying in a sarcastic / maybe pathetic way.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
I mean, it's one of those. This is one of the few movies I would have loved to have seen remade, and Robin Williams in that role. Knowing it now and watching it now, if it would have came out and I hadn't seen the Bill Murray version, I probably wouldn't have gave it two thoughts about it. But seeing Bill Murray now and knowing what Robin Williams could have done, I would have bought a ticket on opening night just to see if it would have held up to my expectations.
Yeah, and that's that's part of making movies, I guess. They try to get the biggest names they can and play off of other people's successes.
Yes.
Interesting.
But again, not knocking Bill Murray. I mean, he's a phenomenal actor and did great in this role. But it's just one of those what if situations.
Yeah, some roles are just suited for better spots, I guess.
Right.
Or better. Yeah, I agree with you. It makes me. It's weird because I kind of came in knowing what my rating was going to be, but now I've downgraded it.
Really?
Yeah.
My
just
thoughts
because I
come
agree
in
with you.
were, for what it is, I would say large, but for like all movies in the whole world, I'd probably go medium. That's just
Yeah.
where
Well, I just mean,
where I'm at.
What about Bob? It didn't really have any, in my opinion, didn't have any big misses.
Right.
But it was kind of lackluster in the.
It didn't have a lot
for
of
the
grand
star
slams,
power it
yeah.
had.
Yeah.
And I think you just talked me into it, Joe. For the star power it had, it fell short.
Yes.
Yeah, thought it was fun and entertaining, but not necessarily
It's a Sunday
Must
afternoon,
see,
nothing
yeah.
else on,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's free on TV. Watch movie.
easy watch. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, without thinking a lot. Maybe nap through part of it, and still be okay with that.
Right.
Exactly.
Now we did not discuss the plot twist at the end.
Yeah.
I expected when the house finally blew up, like the next scene was going to be Dr.
Yeah. The
Monroe's.
final straw.
That was going to be like he's going to see them putting him in the ground, but yet he's went completely snapped, and because I figured he at least would have stroked out right there.
Yeah.
But then we see Bill marry Bob marry Dr. Murray's sister.
Yes, that was good. That was good.
I was like, wow, did not see that coming.
Yeah. Part of the family for real.
Yes.
Hard to imagine, but yeah, I got you.
All right. So Justin gives us a solid medium. Dave,
Yep.
what are your thoughts?
Medium as well.
Medium.
And of course, the rating system, if you're new to this, based off the Roby Theater, our local Roby Theater, in operation since 1906. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, the oldest continual operating movie theater on the East Coast,
Yes.
here in Spencer, West Virginia.
And the best popcorn,
Yeah.
movie theater
My
popcorn
gosh.
ever.
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
And I challenge any movie theater in America to send us samples, and we will gladly test it out against Roby Theater. But I'm telling you, you have a very high uphill battle.
Yeah, and that's I haven't had Roby popcorn for a year probably, but we had a 5K race and we had movie night afterwards, and our local gentleman purchased popcorn for all the kids and stuff, and I ended up getting a box of it, and man, it was very good.
Yes.
I was surprised.
Yeah, it's Roby popcorn, and then get one of the actual old fashioned Cokes. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
Get that real sugar and real syrup. That's
Well, you know what it does? It mixes at the fountain like normal, but it's uses a different syrup. And you have to stir it with a spoon, and then you get it because it doesn't mix very well.
Yes.
It's thick.
But it makes it better.
Oh, it is better.
Yes.
It's old school.
Yeah, it's not. It by no means it's any means of healthiness.
It's really
but boy,
syrupy.
you can't beat it.
So our rating system: small bucket of popcorn, medium bucket of popcorn.
No. You forgot burnt popcorn.
Ooh, yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Burnt popcorn, which doesn't happen at the Roby, I don't think. I've never had it. Burnt.
No.
Small, medium, large, and then mop bucket, and then overflowing on any of those categories as well.
Yes.
So yeah, I agree with Justin. Mine picks a medium, solid medium. I'm not close to large at all. But
Yeah, that'd be a size too large, I think.
yeah,
Give it a large.
yeah, I think just man, Bill Murray, Richard Dreyfuss, and it's still just a pleasant but not outstanding movie.
Yes.
I wouldn't tell anybody, man, you have to see this.
Right. But if you're a Bill Murray fan, at least watch it to say that you can add that to your checklist of Bill Murray movies.
I guess. I mean, if that's if you're collecting whatever, then yeah.
Yeah.
Better be a diehard collector. Well, I say that, but still, I think I'm being a little too harsh. It's not a bad movie.
No, it's not.
Easy to watch.
Right.
Has some good laughs. Has some entertaining parts that you can relate to everybody in the movie.
Right.
So yeah, solid medium, but not bad, not great. I think it's hard though because we reviewed a lot of good movies so far.
Yes.
And once you start criticizing movies instead of just watching them, then it adds more of a.
It changes your look on things.
Yeah, because normally I'd watch What About Bob and be like, oh yeah, it's on. I got nothing else to do. I'll watch it, no problem, and I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
But now thinking about it, and like you said, I think the most poignant part, Joe, is you pointed out that Bill Murray's character could have been better.
Yes.
Even though it was Bill Murray.
Yes.
Could have been better.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thanks for ruining it for me, Joe.
Happy to help.
No.
Yeah, I thought
That's on the
he
spot.
played it really well at times, and then others just kind of middle.
Just over the top, right? Does that seem what he was just over the top?
Yes.
Sometimes,
Played it up
yeah.
too much?
Sometimes, yeah. I thought.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. Okay. Joe, where do you fall?
Guys,
Don't you agree with us?
I first thought I was going to be the minority on this one.
Really?
I honestly did. But after hearing you guys talk,
Yeah.
we're going to be the three amigos.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Again.
It's going to be a medium for me as well. Because when I was watching it, I was in the medium ground. I was like, man, I'm going to catch it in the morning with the guys because they're going to love this movie, and I'm going to be the one going, guys, it wasn't really that good. So I am surprised because full disclosure, we did not discuss this movie before the show.
Yeah, it's fresh right out.
So I'm shocked that we're all in the same agreement on this one.
Yeah. It does, after we talked about though, it doesn't surprise me. I kind of felt like you guys were going that direction as well, so it made it pretty easy.
Yeah.
And Justin threw his out quick, so All right, Justin, do you have your next pick ready to roll? What are we looking at? Who are we?
Or are you gonna leave it a mystery?
Well, or I could.
I see you're
Well,
looking
I
at
keep
something.
thinking the gentleman, but I don't know. I kind of want to get off the crime.
What was the
sort of
gentleman
movie.
about? Which
It's,
one was that? That was a new one, right?
Yep. It's Matthew McConaughey, and he's basically inherited some sort of weed empire or something in London,
Oh, that's
and he's
right.
looking to get out of the business, which brings a bunch of crazy characters into the mix. Promising Young Woman. I've heard some good things about that one.
Okay, I was gonna say I can't.
So, yeah, I think that was one of the gentleman's one we're going to pay for, right?
Yeah, and so is Promising Young Woman.
The Gentleman, yeah, I don't know. I'm showing
Yeah, because it's all
Hulu, Amazon.
well, but they're saying premium subscriptions. So that means you have to pay like for Showtime or something to add on to it.
Yeah, maybe maybe we'll have to text you guys.
Why can't we have a
Okay.
sponsor of the show that just pays for the movies that we want to
Yeah.
watch that we have to pay for?
Because we haven't gotten enough episodes yet for Anchor to send us a check.
Here's your 10 cents
Yeah,
each.
what's the update on that? How we look?
Let me look that up real quick. Let me buy some
So-
time here.
What choices are you thinking about here, Justin? What do you? So you want to get away from the crime type stuff, so
Mhm.
that rules
I
out
wouldn't
the
mind
gentleman.
another comedy.
Comedy. Another comedy. That's interesting. What are you looking at?
Yeah.
You want me to loan you some of my picks?
Sure. What do you got?
Always, Good Will Hunting's always on my list because Joe hadn't seen it,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't. That's a crime, Joe.
I know,
It's a crying shame that you haven't seen Good Will Hunting.
and I love Robin Williams, and I like
Yeah.
and I like the Robin Williams movies that stretch his acting skills. Because like one of my
Yeah.
favorite Robin Williams movies is 1 Hour Photo.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people think it's a stinker, but it really shows that he's
Yeah.
more than just a comedian.
Oh yeah. Have you seen Shawshank Redemption?
No.
Oh, Joe, what the heck have you been watching, man? Justin, you seen that?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, these are.
I know
great
these are
movies.
classics.
$1 Million
yes.
Baby, Clint
I've
Eastwood.
Haven't seen it, and I like Clint Eastwood, so I've not
Justin?
seen it.
I have, yep.
Yep. Okay. 16 Candles, obviously. Streets of Fire, Trading Places, Cadillac Man. You want a good Robin Williams movie? Cadillac Man might be right up your alley.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
It's got Tim Robbins in it. Yeah.
What's our streaming options?
Well-
Cadillac Man?
Yeah, I don't know. It's an older one.
Ooh, pretty terrible ratings.
Yeah.
Rotten
Ooh,
Tomatoes,
is this one?
50%.
I'm gonna say, Justin, don't set your gamble on that one, unless you just want reamed next week.
If we're gonna watch Good Will Hunting at some point, then I'd be alright with using that as my pick. But
Okay, well let me see if I can find it.
That's like Ocean's 11, man. That's a give me.
Well, let me see if I can find it first, because I'm having trouble.
It was on TV forever. That's what I don't understand. How are all these older movies that were on TV forever, now they charge you for them? It's kind of crazy.
Okay, I cannot find
You know what?
Cadillac Man,
Okay.
so we'll have to back to the drawing board on that.
What about you guys like Rudy no, what's his name? Crap.
No, I don't know him.
Hold on. Let me think of his name. Shoot. He was in The Hostage with Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey. He's in a lot more movies now. What the heck is his name?
I'm looking it up here. Bruce Willis,
No.
Ben Foster.
Are you looking at The Hostage? Or
Yeah.
The Negotiator. Sorry, Negotiator. Shoot.
And the Negotiator.
It's like a beat.
Samuel L. Jackson, Kevin Spacey, J.T. Walsh, David Morse, Ron Rifkin,
Nope, keep trucking.
Regina Taylor.
Nope.
Paul.
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
It's got Paul Giamatti in it. You guys like him?
mm-hmm.
He plays a main character in a movie. It's called Win Win. It's about wrestling about a kid. Anyway, it's a good one that I doubt hardly anybody's seen.
I tell you, it's on my list. A good movie that no matter how many times I watch it, I still get that gut wrenching feeling.
Yeah.
John Q.
Oh, John Q's tough.
Yes, but it's awesome.
It's a great movie, but it's tough.
Yeah, have you seen that one, Justin?
I have not.
It's got
Oh man.
it's got Training Day. What the heck's his name? Gosh, all these names are escaping me.
Yeah, I'm looking. Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
Yes.
Jeez, how do you forget Denzel Washington? Anyway, it's got Denzel Washington in it, but it's a docudrama type deal.
It
All right, well, Justin, you got to make your pick here, man. We're throwing out all these awesome ideas, and you're killing me.
Yeah, I may have to let the audience just
Oh,
wait in suspense
jeez.
on this one.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
Now, I know I'm like you, Dave. I would like to hear Justin's pick now, but Justin throws a lot of curveballs and
He
knocks
does.
a lot
That's
out
why
of the park.
he's not going to settle. He's not going to settle. I know
Right.
this much already.
But
Which I like.
He's
Don't
very
settle on your pick.
he's very good at throwing some curveballs and knocking them out of the park. So I'm not going to pressure him into it.
You know, he might pick something like the Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let him study and find a good one.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Forrest Whitaker, Jake Gyllenhaal,
Huh.
not a boxer. Yeah.
Is that on your list?
That's why I'm trying to put it on yours.
Yeah, Cena and I watched.
I like that you didn't cave under the pressure.
Yeah, we thrown out all.
Well, I just really don't want to. I mean, Good Will Hunting, yeah, like you said, Dave, it's kind of an easy one.
Yeah,
Easy pick.
that's a gimme.
So I'm gonna dig around a little bit, see what I can find.
All right. Well, I'm just saying I've thrown down all mop buckets. I don't know about you guys, what you got going on with your list, but you better update your list, boys.
Are we really going to start down this road
And I
again?
cannot believe, it's movie day and Justin doesn't have a pick, at least sitting in the wings, like an A, B, and C. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, Justin?
Because he shoots from the hip is why.
I've had my pick for a while, but you can't get it for free, which is the
Yeah, we don't have any
thing.
sponsors to pay for it.
Yeah,
The gentleman.
yeah.
And I really don't want to open up sponsorship for this.
How much does it cost?
$13.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, you're buying it.
I'm not buying it.
I don't want to open the show up to sponsors because it's hard to tell who would want to sponsor us. It's like a guy that sold ad space on his face for tattoos.
Oh,
that
geez.
companies could sponsor tattoos, and basically it was nothing but a bunch of adult sites. It's like,
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sure.
like dummy, you deserve that if you're gonna be what is it, Dave? What do you always say all the time? Oh no, that's
If you're going to be dumb, you better be tough.
yeah. Because I always say if you play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Justin's still looking. I'm holding out hope he might think of something.
Well, there's
Well, hold on. So let me ask you this. What has been the best movie we've reviewed so far?
I think it's been, as far as reviews go.
No, just what you guys have liked.
I liked American Beauty pretty well. I liked Vision Quest. Rocket Man, I wouldn't say it's the best ever, but I thought that was pretty good.
That one was a little better. Well, that one was kind of that was a roller coaster ride.
Rocket Man.
I love Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Peanut Butter Falcon. Shia LaBeouf is pretty good. I know he's not well liked, but man.
Yeah, I liked I Am Mother. I'm glad I saw that one.
That one was surprisingly good. Yes. That one I actually went back and watched again.
Grandma and Ginga, that was good.
Okay. So, if you had to pick a winner out of the whole group, where would we fall?
Out of all those, everything on the list so
Out of
far?
everything we've watched. I mean, we know the stinkers have always been Joe's picks, Howard the Duck, so forth.
Now, I'm not.
Yep, yeah, we are.
Okay, and that was worse than Mad Max.
That was Justin's pick. Don't dump on him like that. He's
I'm not. Okay, Justin gets dumped on for one of the Mad Maxes, but you're taking the other bullet. So
No way.
Yes.
Those were both in his niche right there.
No,
I was
you're-
just trying to save him. I was
you're-
trying to save
you're-
him a little bit.
I thought we was gonna get through an episode without getting this argument, but everybody knows that'll never happen. No, your exact words were, and I quote, "If you're gonna watch one of them, you have to watch the other."
No, I said you have to watch the best one if you're going to watch any of those.
But you have to watch the first
I
one to
didn't
watch
say
the
it was
se-
great. I just said you had to watch the best one, and they weren't. They
you were
weren't
talking it
related.
up a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
They weren't. They weren't related. I just said it's not
You were
bad.
implying it was pretty decent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the first one, yeah, you have to suffer through, but the second one, oh, it changes everything. And from my
it
standpoint,
does change everything. The first one was boring.
Yeah, now not only have you wasted 2 hours, now you've wasted 4 hours of your life you'll never get back.
You might have liked it. You never know.
Oh no, I know, no.
Had
That's like picking
tons
between,
of stuff blowing up and getting shot up. That was right up your alley, Joe.
and yet I'm still calling bull on it. See, that tells you how bad the movie is. If it's got all kinds of explosions, I
boy.
call it bunk. That's pretty bad.
And anyway,
So, and my thoughts are, that's like picking between a rash and an ingrown toenail.
I don't even want to know how you had to make that decision in your personal life, but okay.
I'm gonna have to pick one of these.
Yeah.
Which one are we going to get fixed first? Anyway, so Howard the Duck is obviously the stinker. So we don't know the best one you've rolled out so far? The heck?
American Beauty for me, or
Okay.
I really liked Vision Quest.
I do too. Vision Quest is one of my favorites. That and Breakfast Club.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I have not watched it in a long time.
Yeah, I like Breakfast Club. I like the deep thinkers.
What do you say?
Excuse
Take us
me.
home, Joe. Got anything else?
I think we're good. So yeah, I'll take us home
Well,
then.
Justin, you didn't decide?
He's leaving us.
He's still perusing over here.
He's leaving us on a cliffhanger.
Yep. Cliffhanger.
Oh, jeez. What are you looking at?
Hey, I'd much rather him leave us on a cliffhanger than him
yikes.
pull a Fonzie jumping the sharks.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
Hopefully the cliffhanger's not a booger, but we'll
Joe,
see.
do you have your next pick ready?
I've got my list.
Yeah, but I mean, you already got one that you're like, yeah, this is probably gonna be it.
Here's how I work my list. I'll make my list, and then
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll go back to watch the movies that we watched since my last turn.
Right.
And if there's any of those, like if you like this one, you may like this. I'll go through those lists first
Gotcha.
and see. But
So you're doing a computer analysis type
yeah,
correlation.
yeah. And also, I downloaded this app called.
That's so weird.
I also downloaded this app called Likewise,
Yeah.
and you go through and you show, and it gives like a random list of movies and TV shows. And you go through, yeah, I've seen this one, and you give it a thumbs up, thumbs down,
Right.
and then it algorithms, and here's more choices. I'm really liking it.
Yeah.
I've also, cause I found all kinds of movies on there that I've completely forgotten about. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I'm gonna add that to my list. So I've actually started a second list on there.
So, and I say this is so weird because you're doing it based on like an algorithm.
Yes.
Justin, who knows how he's picking, and then I pick based on Justin's pick and what we as a group kind of collaboratively feel like.
Yes.
So I try to pick movies I think you two would like that you haven't seen,
Right.
but yet it's based off of Justin's pick
Right.
and what we just watched the week prior.
Right.
And then you're doing like say analytics,
Yeah.
and so I haven't figured out Justin's mode of operandi here, but it's
Well, mine is always
all over
something
the
I've
place.
never seen. That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Well,
going for.
it's one of those. I want to make fun of Justin's
Yeah.
what decision, but he's done so well. It's
Yeah.
you can't. I can't.
Usually I'm going for something I've never heard of and never.
I'm
seen.
really surprised by the gentleman because it's so new. That hadn't been in your your wheelhouse yet. Pulling
Right.
out a new one. You went back to 1926 with the gentleman, and then of course.
Well, no,
Mad
Rocket
Max.
Man's not that old.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Real recent.
Hmm.
But yeah, I do kind of jump all over the place.
Yeah, which makes it interesting. So I
Yes.
like
My
that we
first
have
pick
three
was,
different ways of picking what our
2020.
picks are going to be. Like I don't have my pick. I don't even have any idea because I won't decide until Justin picks his.
Right.
And then I like giving you two choices. And
Right.
saying, okay, what's everybody feel like?
Right.
So anyway. So Justin, if you had to shoot from the hip and make a pick right now, what type of movie are you feeling?
At least genre wise.
Yeah.
Kind of documentary or comedies. Kind of where I'm leaning.
Okay. Two good options.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen The Dawn Wall?
No.
DAWN?
Huh.
Look that one up, Justin. You might like that. It's kind of like a documentary. A little bit of funny, but not much. It's about a climber.
Hmm.
This cat climbs El Capitan without ropes. Free climb.
That's just crazy.
Isn't that Free Solo?
Yeah. Or is that a different one?
Mm-hmm. I think these guys have ropes, but still. I think maybe I did see this one.
Maybe it's Free Solo then. I was thinking about, man,
Free Solo.
I spent the whole movie being nervous.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew he lived, but I was just like, this is crazy. I was thinking about if you had to be there, if you had to be the guy videoing, you'd be like trepidatious the whole time.
Yeah, I thought that was an awesome documentary.
I have not seen
Free Solo.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's worth watching. It's funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's
Yeah, when he falls off, it's hilarious.
no, I mean, it's just it's funny as in it's one of those that's not ha funny, but funny emotions.
Yes.
Because you're like, man, this guy is giving up everything and risking. You know, it's kind of like watching a like Evel Knievel. You know, this one little stupid mistake.
The 1 second
one happen chance.
Yeah.
And this cat falls to his death, no problem.
Yeah, the 1 second that you're
like a high wire act.
Yeah, you're not paying attention or.
Yep, a little bit of loss of concentration, a little bit of Mother Nature messing with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a high wire person falling.
Yeah.
Just hard to imagine taking that risk.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Well, Justin's not gonna pull out a pick. He's not even gonna give us a category other than documentary and comedy, which are two way different things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No,
I think now he's just messing with us, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep searching around here. You're probably not even looking at movies. You're probably searching something else. Looking up backpacking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, why not? How about Walk in the Woods? You seen that? It's based off.
I'll pick.
It's based. No. I'm just saying. You just came off a backpacking trip, right?
Right.
Have you guys read Bill Bryerson's A Walk in the Woods? So they made a movie about it. It has Nick Nolte and who's the main guy?
Robert Redford.
Yeah, Robert Redford and Nick Nolte. The book is way better. But,
47% on Rotten.
Yeah, it's about the Appalachian Trail.
I'll see something, but then the ratings scare me, so I just can't pull the trigger.
No, I'm just saying this is for you for your future efforts. I would suggest you read A Walk in the Woods.
Justin has very high ratings between all three of us, so he's not going
trying to protect his lead.
Yes.
But yeah, my dad's tried to get me to read that before. I need to read that one.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not earth-shattering book, but if you like backpacking and camping, it's kind of one of those. It's a little bit funny. The end is hard to follow, but the middle's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Brierson does a decent job writing a book.
I mean, I'd like to see Parasite, but gotta pay for it. I keep running into
Parasite. What's that about?
Oh, it's a Korean movie. It's a thriller about like kind of a wealthy family, and then they hire some help, and then. But yeah, it'd be $4 to do that one.
Yeah. All right. Well, you make your pick. Let us know. We got a week.
Free,
for everybody out there, Justin again is riding the fence.
Okay. How about this?
I've run into like 5 or 6 where I'm running into paywalls here.
Yeah.
How about this? When Justin makes his choice, we'll post it on our social media feeds.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sound good?
And tell us how to get to those social media feeds.
All right. So for all of our news and reviews, be sure to visit our website at beentherewatchthat.com. Follow us on social media at BTWTpod on all that. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So if you want to watch along and know what we're going to talk about next week, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for our updates on that. And for our episodes, be sure to subscribe to the podcast. Been there, watched that. We're on all the major podcasting platforms, all hosted by Anchor.fm.
Nice. I like it. So
he's got that down.
He does, yeah. Many thanks to Joe for handling all that for us.
Yeah.
So been there, watch that. All right. Well, looks like next week will be a surprise.
Boom.
As Joe and I will be surprised as well. So now I'm curious because I feel like, Justin, you flittered all over the place. And
have no idea what's coming. No.
And have no idea whatsoever. So I guess, we'll all be surprised together. Okay. All right. Well, outstanding week for myself, Joe, and Justin. Been there, watch that. We'll be back next week.
I'll see you then.